back to my channel. This is going to be my review for Chasing Atlanta Season 3, Episode 6, Chasing Miami. Oh God, this was a lot. This was a lot this evening. So we start off with where they did scenes from the last episode. Oh, Scooter Boo.
He's so little.
Oh my God, it's swimming on him. Oh my God. Goodbye. We trying on Easter outfits for the grandbaby. So we start with them rehashing and me finally catching something that was said in the argument between Q and Cameron, and they try to figure out where the rumor got started that Q said that he was going around saying that he paid Cameron's bills while he was sick. And come to find out that the little birdie who told the lie was there the whole time. So apparently Gardini went to Devon and told him that Q said that he helped Cameron pay his bills. Cameron, no fact checking was done. He just took that and ran with it. So while they were all there, Q then turns to Gardini and says to him, "When did I ever say that to you? I never said that to you." Now, at that point, Gardini is looking dumb in the face, like he's caught and stuck. But we don't stay on that long enough to hear or see what was Gardini's response, because they immediately were so heated and they jump to Q's confessional, talk about because Cameron liked to run with all these bones, that was the reason why he's had fallen out with Sky, and that's why he fell out with Devon, and that's why the reunion last year went left, was all because of Cameron. When in fact, if we take it back to the original source, it all falls back to Gardini.
I'm sorry.
I like the checkered one better.
That's what I was thinking too. I just want to see what it looks like in the mirror.
Scooter, like, what the hell is happening?
He's so little.
Scooter be dooter. Okay, get out. All right, so we then we go to this episode, and I want you to keep this thought about Gardini in your mind, because we're gonna come back around to it at the end. So it's a day for people to be traveling to Miami for this trip. And Oliver is at home sick. He went to the doctor. He has the flu. He can't fly. Blah, 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 blah. So a friend of his come over to check on him. They're having a conversation. He was like, well, they say I have the flu and I'm dehydrated and blah, 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 blah. He's like, well, his friend was like, well, you need to learn to take care of yourself. You got all this other stuff going on. And he was like, are you even prepared? He was like, not really. Because I still got all this stuff going on that I need to do. And, and I just has to get done. Even the stuff for me, the stuff that I have for T.S. Madison and Funky Diva, all those things. And I don't put out mess, so it has to be at a high level. So I have to continue to push to make sure that it comes out right. And his friend is like, not only that, but you also need to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. Blah, blah, blah. He said also, the look on his face was like, please don't cough in my direction. You have the bubonic plague, and I don't want return to sender. I don't want that. So we then go to Jaylon arrives in Miami at the Airbnb that was rented for this trip. Now, Jaylon and his friends are not staying at the Airbnb. They are staying at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami. So he's just coming to hang out with the gang at the house, because that's where they're recording. Duh. So when he gets there, nobody else is there. He was like, "Well, we taking over because this is like the Bad Girls Club, and we gonna cook and everything." And he's like, "It's nice, it's just not for me, because he's the grand damn diva." And so that's just, I guess, the house. It looked like a nice, well appointed home for an Airbnb. Excuse me. But it's just not up to his standards, I guess. So we then go to We Were Born, who are traveling to Miami. Apparently they missed a connecting flight or something, and they had to fly Spirit Airlines, and thank God they made it safely, because that was up in the air. Because Spirit Airlines said you might make it and you might not, because they charge you $2 for a ticket and strap you into a tin can and slingshot you point in your direction, child. Father God. So, Kendra and Wayne arrive. Why Wayne was invited, I don't know. Wherever Kendra go, Wayne is there too. So they arrive, and they hug Jayla, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna turn up. Get me a drink." Blah 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 blah. So Jaylon is like, "Well, come in the living room, because Oliver has a message." And Oliver pops up on the screen, and he gives out the room assignments. He was like, "Okay, so I will be, because it's my trip, I'm staying in the master bedroom," and he showed the master bedroom. He told We Were Born, almost called them We the Duo again. That's not their names. We Were Born will be staying in this room, and it was another room with like a queen or a full-size bed. And then he said, "Kendra and Loay, you'll be staying in this room, and there's 2 twins." And so Kendra automatically gets upset. Talk about, "I'm a Barbie and I can't stay in that room," and no, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so first of all, and Oliver explained how he fixed the bedrooms. He's like, "I talked to Kendra. She said her and Wayne aren't a thing. They're not doing anything with each other. They don't fool with each other like that. That's why I gave them the room with the 2 beds. And I hope We Were Born in the other room, because they're so close. In the other room with the full bed." So Kendra immediately gets mad and offended, and her and Jaylon, being extremely petty and childish, decide to toilet paper and mess up the room that Oliver is staying in. So they mess the room up. They throw flowers all over the place. They take the towels and throw them down on the floor. It sounded like there was glass broken, but I don't know if that was just a sound effect from that production put in, or if they were actually breaking things in the room. But just acting real petty and real childish. We Were Born arrives, and Jaylon immediately takes him to the room and was like, "This is what happened." They showing them the room assignments, and they show him Oliver's room, and they're like, "Child, I don't know what you did that for," or "This, it just seems like it's a bit much." So Berlin, and who is the girl from We the Duo, Berlin, has a conversation with Kendra, and they clear the air over the misunderstanding at the brunch, when Berlin is trying to explain to her, "I was talking to Oliver, like I was texting him, and I was just telling him to just let it go and leave you alone." And Kendra starts going in about, "I sat there for 10 minutes and nobody even offered me a drink." And Berlin was like, "Well, baby, nobody got offered a drink at that point. It wasn't just singled out to you." And so they cleared the air, and they cleared the misunderstanding. So everything is fine. Everybody, you turn up and go to bed or whatever. So the next day, Oliver shows up, and he was like, he's like, "Hey everybody, how you doing?" Blah 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 blah. And Oliver says that all the people that he had an issue with showed up for the trip. So Lil Kendra and Wayne showed up. We Were Born showed up, and Jaylon showed up. Who did not show up is the people he didn't have any issues. No Cameron, no Q, no Montel. So he gets there, and he goes in the room, and his face, if looks could kill, somebody would have been dead on the floor. So he's like, "Why would you stupid have us come on out here and do all of this bullshit? no, and use up all toilet paper, all these asses that need to be wiped when you go to the bathroom. Why would you waste the resources? So what you gonna do when you need to wipe your ass? Is the question. Is the real question. So he then goes. He's like, Kendra, you're gonna have to clean this up. You say, I don't know. Snap. You get Wayne to do everything for you. So snap your fingers and have him come clean up this mess. So he goes out. So Oliver goes outside to speak to Jatwan. And Jatwan was like, no, he got an attitude, no issue. And he's like, don't speak to me. And so Oliver's like, what the hell is your problem? And he was like, did I tell you to keep my name out your mouth and stop talking about me? He's like, talk about you. About what? He's like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. So Jatwan's like, you running around, you are running around talking about I'm fucking production and blah, 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 blah. He's like, I've never said that you were. He's like, anything that I've ever said was said to me first. He's like, I'm not running around talking about you. I'm not running around putting your business out in the street because I don't care who you sleep with. That has nothing to do with me. And so he goes to Kevon, and Kevon is like, well, where did y'all get this from? And of course, they got it from Gardini. Okay. So he's like, but no, Gardini is the one who said it to me. He's the one who told me. And then they show a flash of a receipt of a conversation between Gardini and Oliver. So once again, Gardini is causing mischief and mayhem. And there's nowhere to be found. Dig that. So Oliver goes to production, and that's where they got that between Reese G and Gardini, two of the messiest people. They going around saying that Oliver was the one talking about this boy sleeping with production, and Oliver clearly is upset and like, no, that's not what I said. I've never done that. He was like, he went up to the guy, Kevon. Went up to the guy, Kevon, and was like, whenever y'all start talking about other people's business, what do I say? What do I say? No, we gonna get this straight right now. So Jatwan is real aggressive, and so Oliver, being who he is, he not backing down either. And he's like, you being real cute right now with it right now. Stop trying to play a role. You know, we not finna do this. And Jatwan goes from a 7.5 to a 15. So he then has Berlin give him his. He's like, get my taser. I'ma zap this bitch. Whoa. So we up at the level of aggression at this point. Not you go throw hands. Not you finna knock this bitch out. But I'm finna tase this broad. So Berlin, I don't know why. Berlin, don't ever do this again. You have to be the voice of reason, baby. You cannot let Jatwan run around tasing people or threatening to tase people because he's angry. Because it's going to wear off eventually. You need to be the keeper of the taser, and you don't give him the taser when he asks for it. That's like giving the drunk person, you holding the keys. Don't get a drunk person the keys when they drunk trying to drive. You're the designated taser holder. Don't give him the taser because clearly his anger takes him to a level where he doesn't think critically. So she gives him the taser, and then Oliver turns into a full-blown white woman. He was like, I will call the cops. This is a felony. You are communicating the threat, so you can try it with me if you want to. If you tase me, you're going to jail. I'm not fighting you. That's not what I do. Get out of my Caucasian home. I'm calling the cops. So, they give them a minute to cool down and off camera, and Oliver and Jatwan come to a meeting of the minds where they take a minute, breathe, listen to each other, what each other's saying, and find out who is really behind all the shenanigans and the foolishness, which happens to be Reese G and Gardini. So, after they get it together, that is pretty much how the episode ended, after, especially after Oliver went through 55 adjectives reading the dog piss out of Po J Twan. Po baby. I felt like Miss Vanjie when he was telling Scarlett not to watch this part of the episode when Roger was still reading her. Because Oliver was reading the encyclopedia from Amazing Grace to Equal Opportunity with this child and all these adjectives about what he is. I wanted to, because they made up, and I was like, Shatwan, don't watch this part. Just don't watch it. It's just going to make you angry. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. So, next week, Funky Dineva is making a guest appearance to have a conversation with Oliver. Oliver apparently wanted to have dancers with his performance, but apparently the dancers canceled at last minute. And so we're going to see Oliver perform next week. And I cannot wait. Hopefully at some point we get all the bones and said bone carriers, and then their feet are held to the fire. That is what I am looking for before this season is up. Unfortunately, Lil Kendra is still locked. They done locked up, won't let her out. I don't know what she's in jail for. I don't know what jail she's in. But I did get confirmation from the producers of Chasing Reality that she is currently still locked up at this juncture. So free Lil Kendra. And that is all. If I missed anything, I'll catch it in the next one because I am tired and I got to get up early. And I want to watch the Beyonce thing. I didn't even watch it at work because I wanted to be able to concentrate. And then so when I'm at work watching stuff on YouTube, then I got to pretend like I'm doing work. It's a whole thing and I'm not trying to do all that. So I'm going to go to watch that on Netflix. I may come back with a short little review for that. But other than that, that is it for this review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If I got any of the details wrong, Jitwan, I'm Oliver. I know y'all absolutely watch my. Please correct me. I'm never above correction. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. I will see you in the next one.